it's me Fida and I have a question for all of you. How do we usually make coffee? We boil some milk, we add some coffee powder, we add some sugar and the coffee is ready. But there's a better method in making this. It's a bit hard but you're gonna get a better coffee. So today we'll be making cappuccino. This is also called beaten coffee. And as I told you, it's a bit hard to make, but you can make this mixture and then keep it in the fridge and it'll stay fresh for about 1 week. So you can have a better and tastier version of coffee in the morning. Let's see how we can make this.
So you'll need the same ingredients that we use for making the usual coffee. So you'll need 2.5 cups of milk, and you can measure the milk according to the cup that you're using for serving or the mug, whatever you're using for serving. Then 4 tablespoons of sugar, and lastly 2 tablespoons of coffee powder. So I have a bowl and I have both my sugar and the coffee powder. Put both of them into the bowl and just give it a slight mix. And you can also use powdered coffee so that it dissolves better. But if you don't have it, it's fine. Then add about just a little bit, about 1 teaspoon of milk and mix it. Add just very little, and once that's mixed, again the same amount of milk, again 1 teaspoon, so totally 2 teaspoons it has become. Again mix it, and that's a very less amount of milk, but still it's kind of getting creamed up. Then again add more milk, mix it. So it's been 3 teaspoons of milk. Add very little bit more of milk, and then you don't have to add any more milk. It's just been 4 teaspoons of milk, and in this consistency you'll have to cream it up until your sugar dissolves and the color lightens a little bit. This is a bit hard to do, but you'll need a lot of energy also. And that's the consistency that you want. The color has also lightened a little bit. Now my sugar has melted. My coffee has also just melted into it. So this is the consistency and the color that you want. It's nice and thick and very creamy. It's a bit hard. You'll just need to move your hands a little bit. So now I have the milk nicely boiled over here. And if you remember, we had took 2.5 cups of milk, and what I did was I put the flame in low and I boiled it nicely, stirring constantly, and once it was boiled it became to 2 cups. So you want to get your milk a bit thick so your flavors will be absorbed more. So that's what you want. You have to make it to a bit more lower amount. And then what you have to do, you have to take about 1 tablespoon of this coffee mix that we had made, put it into the mug that you're going to serve, add some milk and keep on stirring nicely until that coffee dissolves. And don't add all of it at once, just add a little bit, and then you can add the rest of the milk. So once everything is dissolved, add some more milk and mix it nicely. Give it one final mix, and there you have it, your coffee is ready. And finally, just to garnish it a little bit, I have a parchment paper and I cut a small heart out of it. Keep that on top of the coffee. Then into a sieve, add in a little bit of chocolate powder. You can use cocoa powder also, but make sure it's sweetened cocoa powder. If it's unsweetened, it's going to give a bitter taste. So just sift that in and slowly take off the parchment paper so you have that nice shape of the heart. And there you go, your coffee is done.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked it. And if you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up down below. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and click the notification bell so that you know when I come up with a new recipe. Thanks once again and bye bye.